We knew that a driver swap was going to happen, but I mean, it was kind of the worst kept secret that it was going to happen. We just didn't know it was going to be so soon. And especially the fact that his first race in Red Bull will be at his home Grand Prix. I think that's going to be absolutely chaotic in the best way possible as well. There's a lot of pressure on top of that now as well, because had it been any other swap for any other race, I feel like it would have been a lot easier just kind of to maintain the composure. But the fact that it's also your home race, given as well that I believe last year as well, he was the first Japanese driver to score points at a home race since 2012 as well. So like there's a lot of pressure I think on Yuki, and obviously you're hearing the comments of how the car is, and obviously you're seeing Max's performance not being the best as it used to be as well. A lot of eyes on both of the Red Bull and V Carb as well, and looking at both as well, how Lawson's gonna do back in the V Carb car as well, and how that dynamic is going to be as well, working with Isaac Hajar as well, and obviously Isaac Hajar has not raced either at this circuit, so there's a lot to look out for both of those cars and also the rookies.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge decision by Red Bull to essentially just completely demote Liam Lawson after two races in the main team. This is the quickest we've ever seen Red Bull make this decision. So I saw online that people had been making comparisons between the Red Bull like drivers, Max's teammates, and Henry VIII's wives. We had Daniel Ricciardo divorced, then we had Pierre Gasly, who was beheaded. He was kind of axed mid-season, before he got to his turn. Alex Albon, his kind of Red Bull thing died in the end. It just kind of went away. Again, we come back. Sergio Perez, the he's the next divorced. He's had to like get pushed away. The new one, Liam Lawson, died. He got axed after two races, and now we've got Yuki Tsunoda. Will he be the one to survive?
Hopefully. I mean, I was seeing some of the stats and numbers, and the minute Liam Lawson has been with Red Bull and kind of racing, I don't know if it's fully factual, but like it's the jokes about it, that the amount of minutes that he's been in a racing Red Bull car is less than the amount of career points that Max Verstappen has ever accumulated as well, which is crazy. And then if you also look back at this as well, Yuki, the amount of teammates that Yuki has had more teammates than Lewis Hamilton has had teammates since his entire career. Yuki's had that in 3.5 seasons. Like, I don't agree. I agree of a driver swap. We've seen it before, especially with how the relationship between V Carb and Red Bull is. It's bound to happen. I don't agree with how soon it is, because the thing is as well, a lot of those driver swaps were with cars that were equally not good or equally good. Whereas if you're looking at Red Bull this season so far, it is not performing as well as it should be. So that you should have maybe focus on fixing the cars and working with the drivers than cutting them off by their head and beheading them pretty much. Um, I think probably should have given him at least another couple races as well, because obviously the dynamic and the changes of the racing structure. Obviously, we started in Melbourne. We're visiting tracks early in the season that we kind of weren't really doing last season as well. And some of these are new to Liam Lawson as well. Like some of these tracks are very limited in his understanding and learning as well. So like they kind of set him up to failure if they were going to cut him off so soon. To be fair, I thought Jack Doohan was going to get cut before Liam Lawson as well, with how all that hype was about the 7 races or 5 races before Franco Colapinto. Or, in my offense, I want Paul Aaron to step in over Franco, but that's just a different conversation. But it's chaotic to see.
Yeah, I mean, the driver market, we had a big tumultuous time of it last season. I think we're gonna have an even crazier time of it this season. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Liam fares in Japan, given that, he did a season in Super Formula. It's a track that he's incredibly familiar with, and more importantly, he beat Yuki last season very comprehensively at this track. So we will see who gets out ahead.